Towson baseball finished up last week's 5-game homestand with a 3-2 record, including a weekend 3-game sweep over George Mason. We're with head coach Mike Gottlieb. And, Coach, maybe it's a simple question, but I guess maybe what was the difference between those midweek games and the weekend games?
We pitched better. We played better defense. We certainly had better situational hitting. We got runs in from third base with sac flies. We did a good job of clutch hitting. We met on second base. You know, basically everything.
Your team 9-9 overall, 4-2 in the CAA. You're about a third of the way through your season. To this point, has there been anything that's maybe come as a little bit of a pleasant surprise from your squad?
Yes, quite a bit. We're getting good play from our freshmen. You know, we knew going into the year we'd be young. And you never know what you're going to get when you're young. Brendan Butler at first base. From day one, it was decent, and it seems like every week he's better than the week before. And that really showed up this weekend. In fact, in the middle of the week, this past week, he didn't play. He had a badly sprained ankle, and he was in a walking boot, and he felt pretty good Friday. And he's tore it up for us Saturday and Sunday. Taylor Clark, freshman pitcher, every time out gives us a winnable performance. Sometimes, borderline dominant. Dominic Fratantonio, who's a sophomore, last year had about 275. Right now he's hitting around 400, hitting for both power and average. And he's playing with some kind of fractured finger. Mm-hmm. So, he's doing a great job for us in the 3 spot in the lineup. So we're getting good play from younger guys that you just didn't know what you were going to get.
You mentioned a few guys there that are really hitting the ball well. You're a guy that always talks pitching and defense, but you mentioned some of your guys that are really hitting the ball well. You've got 5 right now that are hitting over 300 at this point in the season. So if anything, offensively, you're not hurting at all right now.
No, but at this moment, that's not the strength of our team. And yet I think somewhere down the road it could be. We have a couple guys that are struggling a little who are capable of better. But, Kurt Wirtz just joined us in the middle of the week, and you saw what he did Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He was an extra base machine over the weekend, and that's about we didn't have early on. And we're getting good bullpen work. Tyler Austin's a senior. Struggled last year, but he has a different approach with his pitching plan, and it's really paying off. We had to move Chris Acker to the bullpen because of an injury in his hip that didn't allow him to go deep into games, and he had a shutout performance out of the bullpen on Saturday. Brandon Gunnell in his second start of the year yesterday did a great job keeping us in the game going into the 6th inning, and our bullpen did a good job following him up.
Lastly, this week you'll be at Delaware State on Wednesday and then at Delaware back in CAA play over the weekend. What do you expect from those 2 squads? What do they bring to the table?
Delaware State is a scrappy team. They play well in their ballpark. We've always seemed to struggle at their place. So, and it's it's a small park at times. Sometimes the wind's blowing out pretty good coming off the water. So it's never easy over there. And Delaware, we've been playing them since the 70s, so we're very familiar with them. This year they seem to be a pitching strong program, solid defense, and so it's probably not going to be high-scoring games because pitching will dominate.